Guys, it is Doug. What's up, everybody? Hey, I want to thank you all for posting those heartfelt comments on how it was you got into Lemax Spooky Town. In the last video I did where I showed off those the Gift Spice commemorative Lemax 20th anniversary mugs. Whew, say that 5 times fast. It's been very fun reading those. I do want to comment on those stories that you guys have shared. There's some very, very nice ones. I'm sorry I'm behind on comments right now, kind of dealing with a family situation here at the moment. But I did want to announce a winner here before I get to today's video. The winner is Brett Cuddy. Brett Cuddy. That is his YouTube name, by the way. That's not me just saying his full name. That's a YouTube name. So Brett, comment below here. I'm going to respond back on the other video, and you can send me your address at spookyvillages@gmail.com, and I will send that out via the post office, your mug collection, mug and that glass as well. Those mugs are a lot of fun. So, this week I wanted to talk about sort of what it's going to be like buying Spooky Town this year. I typically do a guide video, and I've got a couple of them on my channel here that you can watch, and I actually still get some comments, especially around this time, people watch them, and I have to say it is outdated for this year, because this year is just different, of course, with the pandemic that's going on here, and some of the, we'll say, interesting and unknown things around shopping at Michael's right now, or what it's going to be here when Spooky Town releases in a couple weeks. It's hard for me to really do a guide video without knowing, so I just want to say a couple things here that are known. Michael's is no longer accepting competitor coupons right now. And in years past, that's how I would always get the 60% off coupon. If you bought Spooky Town early before Michael's would mark it down, you could use a coupon, right? And they would honor competitors' coupons. So JOANN's typically had like a 55% off or a 60% off in their app. Well, you could get that early, use it so you could get one of the big Spooky Town pieces for a pretty good amount off. That's not going to happen this year. So you're really going to have to just use the Michael's coupons. And I know that really all Michael's has been doing as of late is the 20% off coupon. I know there's also, I've seen some people talk about how they've had a 40% off. The only one I've seen that's, that's constantly going on, it seems, is a 20% off one regularly priced item. So Spooky Town is supposed to release there within a couple weeks here. It's typically the 3rd week in July. I've seen nothing to prove anything to the contrary that that's going to be that this year. So assuming it does go out here within a week or two, I really don't know what it's going to be like coupon-wise, if they're going to offer anything higher than that. I would hope we at least get a 40% off, because the way Michael's does their pricing, of course, Michael's tries to price things higher, assuming people will go in with a coupon. So it's going to be wonky this year. I mean, there's no way around it. It looks like it's going to be wonky. If they do change things, I'll put another video up, but it looks like you're going to have to pay more for those Michael's exclusives this year, probably. Now, the only thing with that, because the pieces are not on Michael's site right now, we don't know what they're going to be priced at. So I don't know if they're going to be maybe priced lower to compensate. I really don't know. Again, I hate to put a video up like this that just says, I don't know, but enough people have asked me, Doug, are you going to do a buyer's guide? It's just tough this year. I don't know. So big apologies there. I will say this though, if the Michael's exclusives do come out and they're priced high and with a 20% off coupon, you can't afford it. Long story short, if you can't afford it or you don't want to buy it for the price that they're asking, hopefully next year things will be a little more normal. And typically the Michael's exclusives one year come out next year as a standard line piece. So you'll be able to get it like your Gift Spice or other online retailers. So don't think you're going to miss out, probably, if you don't buy it this year at Michael's. And this year there are a couple of really cool Michael's exclusives pieces. So as of right now, what I am planning to do is still review the Michael's pieces as I normally do on this channel. I've got this channel, so I feel like I have to do it. It's sort of my duty to do it, and I'm hoping to. I can also tell you though that there's going to be no Department 56 new pieces this year, unless something sort of out of the ordinary happens. My budget is just too taxed with everything that I've got going on family-wise, house-wise, and my other hobbies, which I sort of do run as a business, my radio control stuff. I just don't have money for the Department 56. I do want to talk about Spooky Town though, so I am going to be doing the Michael's pieces. At least that's the plan. So I hope that kind of lets you all know what I'm going to be doing here. So that's what's up, guys. Hey, again, I wish I had more concrete information. I just don't really. I will be happy to talk about what I can find out, though, as soon as Michael's does put everything out there. Of course, probably a lot of you guys are going to find it, but I know that some of you have to drive many hours to get to a Michael's store. So once there's more concrete info and stuff starts releasing, I'll put it out there. But you can look forward to some Michaels exclusive releases when that comes out. My trip to Michaels, kind of an overview that way. And yeah, that's what's up, guys. So thank you guys very much for those comments, though. It's really been nice. Again, I'm kind of going through a tough family thing here, and those are really cool to read. I think it's interesting, too, to note that as everybody's gotten into Spooky Town, a lot of those stories are sort of similar to where how important it was for that storefront to kind of hook us. I know that's what really got me interested at first, was seeing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe these things exist. And so I really hope that Michael's display, everything's good with doing an actual in-store display this year, just because that is so important to the Spooky Town experience, right? It's something that we all look forward to, going to Michael's and seeing that display, hearing that cackle. You know, they normally, at least the beginning of the display while everything's running, when they put it up, there's that crazy mishmash of sounds as they have like everything running, and it's so much fun when you hear that over in the corner of the store. That means Halloween's almost here. It's like our time, right? And I hope that's going on. Hopefully it happens this year. But it was so interesting to read how so many of us got hooked sort of from that crazy display. And the other through line also seemed to be, once we all found out about it, it's like it was an immediate hooking of it, right? It's like some of us had known about Christmas villages before, but once we found out there was Halloween, it was like that fish hook was, the fish hook was set, sorry, and we were immediately into it. So again, thank you guys very much. Brett Cuddy, you have your glasses and mugs that's going to be on the way here soon for you. Thank you to the rest of you for participating in that, sharing your memories for how you got into Spooky Town. It was great, and your stories. And yeah, guys, you will see me again here very soon as I start to review the 2020 Lemax Spooky Town Michaels exclusive. So thank you guys very much. I'll see you soon. Be safe out there.